Never before has Australia had a Prime Minister with such a pathological determination to avoid responsibility. He declares, "It's not my job, it's not a race, it's a matter for the states." He doesn't hold a hose and he doesn't give a rat's. Every action, every decision has to be dragged out of him. And so often, after all of the build-up, he gets it wrong anyway. And it's always, always too little and always too late. Australia needs leaders who first show up and then step up. Not a Prime Minister who goes missing and thinks that getting out of the way helps Australians manage an unprecedented crisis in the midst of uncertain, difficult times. For all their talk of less government, they are Australia's biggest government in 3/4 of a century, with the largest deficit since World War II, the largest debt, and outside of the Howard era, our highest taxing government in modern Australian economic history. Australia needs good government now more than ever. A country and a people as extraordinary as ours deserve a government to match. A government of competence and a government of integrity. A government that doesn't get out of the way but helps to create the way. A real government is the steering wheel of a nation, not just a bumper sticker. Since Federation, we have been united from our Pacific coast to the Indian Ocean. To use Edmund Barton's phrase, a nation for a continent and a continent for a nation. On the eve of Australia Day, consider just how remarkable that is. Some talk about Federation as a mere administrative change, but it was so much more than that. It was fuelled by a belief that we could be more than the sum of our parts, and an ambition to do things better and differently. When you consider how much we have achieved since Federation, that belief has been justified time and time again. Yet, as we begin 2022, there is an obvious need to bring the nation back together again, to treat the states with respect rather than simply as objects of political opportunity or attack, to be as concerned with the regions as with our biggest cities. We cannot be complacent in our good fortune. Even Australia is not immune to the forces of division, whether it's ideology, political opportunism, or cynical self-interest. We've seen how this plays out across the world, and this is not the path that I will take. I choose the path built on the lessons that the pandemic made so clear to us, that we're stronger together, more resilient together, better together. And that is a truth that guides me as someone who now puts himself forward to be Prime Minister. It is why we need Federation reform. After decades of moving towards more national consistency, with technology helping us steadily overcome the distances on our vast continent, what we've seen in recent times is a reversal of what we all thought was a once inexorable trend. More differences and less cohesion. I will change that. I will work with all state and territory leaders, regardless of their political persuasion, to advance Australia's common interest for the benefit of all.